So I want to walk you through the rental yield chart. Now, this has got three really critical lines in it. There's really one priority assumption that's going to impact things directly, and that would be the rental increase per annum. So probably secondly, the rental yield on entry. So obviously the rental yield on entry, depending if you put in a custom rental yield per entry, is going to change the performance of the rental income on that property. But then from that entry base, we're not increasing by 4% on the total portfolio value moving forward. We're only increasing by 2.5% on the initial rental interest from every year moving forward from that. Now, I guess where this came up was the passive income chart. And obviously, as time goes on, if you can imagine, if the property value is increasing by 5% per annum, and then the rental income is only increasing by 2.5% per annum, over a 20, 30-year time horizon, those two numbers are going to grow at a different pace together. And so what ends up happening is, over a 30-year time period, the rental yield becomes significantly lower than that rental yield amount on entry. And so from that side of things, I really wanted to visualize it. So it's this third last chart down the bottom here. And three really critical yield lines here. We've got our middle line, we've got our black line, which is our actual rental yield at the moment. So as you can see, nice and early, it's around that 4% mark. Over time, what happens is the portfolio value increases, rents aren't increasing at the same pace, and so we end up at a total rental yield at 2.3%. So that's really critical to understand and relay to your potential client or yourself, just to understand how that works. The back line here is rental yield on debt. So obviously, as you start to pay down, we've got a 5% rental yield on debt. As you start to pay down debt and the rental yields increase, those numbers are going to differentiate too. So that's going to increase over time. Obviously, if you had zero debt on this, your total rental yield on debt would be quite higher. And then we've got rental yield on purchase price as well. So as the rents increase, the purchase price obviously stays the same, and so you can get a bit of a gauge of how much yield you're getting based on that purchase price from now. So this is at 2.34% on a 2.5% rental yield increase. Let's change this to 3% or 3.5% for a really decent comparison. We'll have a look at how that looks, and then I'll show you how it impacts things on the passive income side. So as you can see, it really does start to expand out a whole lot more over a year time horizon. Rental yield on debt's now at 22%, yield on purchase as at 10%, and then we get to 2.99% over that time horizon. So up much higher than previously. And obviously the passive income is going to be much higher at that point in time too. So if we look at that time, we're ending up hitting our passive income goals around 2041. If I switch that back to the original amount, we'll go back to 2.5. Let's have a look back at that passive income chart. Now we're hitting it around 2045, sorry. So adding an additional 4 years there, just purely on the rental increases per annum. So really critical to understand and relay and sort of see how those rental yield changes impacts things down the line.